You know what we should have an episode on?
Huh?
We should just admit to all the disgusting things we do.
I thought that's what we were doing.
Wait for it.
Wow.
Hello. Welcome back to my aunt's attic. What a start.
We're back.
Back and worse than ever.
Yeah?
Oh my gosh, I'm disgusting. No, just because I belch like an absolute heathen.
Oh, and you have little heads on.
You do.
That's so cute.
I'm not wearing black today, other than my little socks, but that's covered by
your color palette.
Is it though? Because I thought it was more of like a richer, vibranter blue. This is like a pale baby blue.
I have no
but
idea.
I don't know. I'm not wearing black today, which is kind of a miracle. How you doing? How was your finals? How was the week off?
Good. So much. So I have actually a list today.
Let's go for it. Dive in.
But I don't want to dive in. It
Why?
feels forced. So let's take it one step at a time. Okay. Finals were good. Stressful, but very good outcomes.
As finals tend to be.
I had only 2, but I'm a tryhard. So I studied really hard. Okay. The first final, law and ethics.
Business ethics.
You always do that every time I say it.
I can't help it.
Okay. This was my favorite class this semester, surprisingly. But I have the lowest grade in it now. It is a 98.
I hate you so much. You suck.
That was my lowest. But oh my god, in my eyes, I bombed the final. I got a 90, but that was my lowest grade that I'd gotten all semester. But I had like a thing in the middle of it where I like freaked out and I like couldn't think, and I ended up staying for a long time just so that I could like. I literally just sat there and tried to just take my mind off it for a while. I got like hyped up and I couldn't remember. So I got a 90. Whatever. I mean, I'm bummed.
That's incredible. That's so good.
I'm bummed. Well, on the we had like 2 midterms. I got a 98 and a 100 on them. So to get a 90 on the final feels meh, but it's fine. I have a 98 in the class. I got an A. Whatever. My other final was the day after. And again, I tried really hard. So the final was on throughout the last third of the semester we watched I think he said that we watched 100 presidential campaign ads. So we had to like watch them, we would talk about them, and then the final was like find some common threads, like some common techniques that were used. Technique. First you do this.
Then you do this, and this, and this, and this, and this.
Spin around, stop. Double take 3 times.
1, 2, 3. Anyway.
Find common techniques that were used like across them. And then talk about the technique, and then use like 3+ ads as examples. You know what I mean?
Uh-huh.
So you'd be like, a common technique that was used in campaign ads was fear tactic. This ad, and you had to say like the year, who made it, and who it was against, and also the name of the ad you had to remember.
Okay.
This ad used it. You had to summarize the ad.
This sounds.
And then how did it use the fear tactic? This is all handwritten, by the way.
Ew.
And I haven't written anything more than my name in the past 4 years. So, wait, where is it? I'll show you what I made. Oh, I can walk and talk at the same time. Oh, I hope it doesn't cut me out when I get far away.
I don't know the range on these.
Well,
did we even say we got new microphones? The TikTok shop sucked me in. They were less than $5. Oh, we're not getting a very good. I'll shut up. You talk, Mary Grace. Let's see if the waves continue.
Is it coming up?
Do it again.
Hello, hello.
Yes, it is.
Wow. Oh,
Okay,
I don't know
so
where.
instead of me interrupting, continue what you were saying.
Don't know where I put it. Well, it doesn't matter. Anyway, I made an apparatus for this test specifically. I took like an old beauty blender and I just shoved my pencil through it so that I could use it as like a big grippy because oh my god, it kills my hand to write. So anyway, he said to have a few techniques and that each technique would cover at least three ads. So I 5 techniques with 3 or 4 ads each. And I had to do all of what I just listed. So you had to like list the name, date, who was involved, background, summarize the ad, and then how did it use that technique.
That's a lot.
And I did like, well, let me think. 3, I don't know. It was probably like 20 ads.
Oh my gosh.
And I had to ask for extra paper, and I was there for 2 hours, and I got a 110.
Congratulations. That is actually fantastic.
But I was sweating. I was actually like the beauty blender was soaking wet.
Ew. Okay.
Like I don't know why I sweat when I write, or maybe I was just nervous. But my hands were so clammy that I don't have the problem that left-handed people do, that they smudge what they just wrote. But I was pre-wetting the paper as my hand was going across, so the pencil wasn't taking into the paper because the paper was soaking wet.
You're so gross. You're so gross.
Yeah, I know.
Oh my god.
Danielle, the edges of the paper curled. I had the instruction sheet. He gives us like a booklet of just some lined paper, like 3 or 4 pages. And then the instructions. I took the instruction sheet and I had placed it under my hand to absorb, hopefully, the pencil. So I had to write harder, thus more sweat. Like it was just like a cycle of like, I was wetting the paper, so the pencil wasn't taking. So I had to push down harder, so I was sweating more. So the paper was more wet, so it would, you know what I mean?
Oh my god, an endless cycle of disgusting.
Of disgusting, clammy hands. Okay, I'll say, I've had clammy hands my whole life, and I hate it. And
I do too.
No, but mine's so, like, I drip, and like, it's disgusting.
Speaking of dripping, I don't mean to interrupt you. But
let's speak about dripping.
You know what I was thinking about the other day? Remember how you told me that your ear waters sometimes? Are you sure there's not a leak of CSF?
What's that?
Cerebrospinal fluid.
Oh, geez.
I mean, it's probably, you know what? I shouldn't say probably. I'm just wondering if there's like a small, tiny little
in
leak.
Both my ears?
Maybe. Maybe you have a buildup of CSF, and
I have Googled it, and it's like, yeah, it's like you're probably dying, kind of thing. But
well, if it's only a slow kind of.
No, I would say it happens at least twice a day.
Oh no, you should probably
twice a day at least. Usually after I yawn, and usually when I'm laying in bed.
Well, see, that to me sounds like when you yawn, you're stretching something, and then it's opening like a hole or something in your eardrum or somewhere that's leaking CSF. Because that actually happened. I read a story one time on Reddit or whatever. This guy's nose would not stop watering to the point where like he couldn't even kiss his girlfriend because it's just watering that much. And then they discovered that it was CSF leaking out of his nose. That's, that's kind of important.
Oh God. Okay.
And maybe you have CSF leaking out of your hands too, because that's gross.
That's just clammy. That happens.
Oh no, I'm scared. I got clammy hands too.
Oh my God, but I always had the worst anxiety in church as a kid when it was time to do like the sign of peace and you have to shake people's hands.
I don't know what that is.
We'd have to do the sign of peace. It's so stupid. I doubt they even do it anymore since COVID. But there's like a part before you take communion, I think, from what I remember, where you do like a sign of peace to basically say like, you shake the hands of everyone around you. It's basically to be like my bad.
Is it the peace be with you, or like
no?
It's
like they'll be like, and now it's time for the sign of peace. And so you literally just turn to the strangers around you and you just shake their hands. You say, peace be with you, peace be with you, peace be with you. Basically saying like, clear my conscience so that I can take the communion. You know what I mean? Because you're not supposed to take it if you have sins on you. It's so, honestly,
that's such
stupid.
I'm sorry. I don't mean to diss the Catholic Church, but that just sounds like a habitual, I gotta do it so I can do this. And it's like, that's not how that's supposed to be.
Yeah, and also I freak out because my hands are always sweaty, and I would have to shake people's hands, and I hated it.
Yeah, I don't.
Oh god, do I have freaking fluid coming out my? Honestly, maybe.
Are you leaking?
Well, but I'm
leaking.
I don't think I understand the anatomy of an ear, because is this not a closed environment? Where is it coming from? I've seen ear cleanings on TikTok. I'm pretty sure that it's just a tube and then there's the drum. Is that not like a sealed?
Not really. I mean, I shouldn't. Here's a new episode of Talking Up My Butt. Well, so you have your ear canal, then you have the eardrum membrane and everything. That's when you hit your eardrum, it hurts. It's a membrane. It has whatever. But then inside you have the whole system of the ear.
Right.
And there's more tubes and there's more everything.
So is the opening like around the drum?
I don't know. I've never inspected your ear, so I don't know where.
No, not me. People.
Oh. Well, I don't know.
Is it supposed to be close?
I should definitely know this, considering I did study this, but it was several years ago, and I don't remember. But the ear is actually a very fascinating.
I love it. I love the eyeball.
I like the ears and the lungs.
Oh yeah, I remember you do. Like, I do really like bronchioles. Lungs. Really good.
Yeah, the alveoli. I like the alveoli. My doctor is my cousin. My cousin is now a doctor.
Oh.
And I told him, I was like, you're going to hate me because I'm going to come to you for all my references for my fan fiction. Leakage. I will. But I asked him straight up. I was like, if someone gets stabbed in the lung, do they does blood come out of their mouths or anything? Because I'm thinking to myself, and again, I studied this. You'd think I would know it, but I didn't know it. I'm thinking to myself, the lungs are like a hollow capsule that surrounds the branches of, you have your trachea, it goes down, it branches off into two, and then those two branches branch off into a bunch of little tree-looking things with alveoli on the end, like the little buds on the end of the alveoli, and those are the little sacs that expand with air, right? That's what I'm thinking. So I'm just thinking the lung is kind of the thing surrounding all of that, right?
I thought that the branches were along the inside, like along the skin of the lung.
Well, the lung is actually, here's what I found out recently. The lung is a solid thing, and so yeah, it's like all within itself.
So the branches, like, where are they? Are they along the?
Not along. Walls? No, they're like it's like inside. It's like I wish people would see what I'm doing right now, but we got cut off, folks.
Sorry about that.
So what we were talking about, the lungs, yeah. So the branches go in like that, but it's a solid thing instead of being like a hollow sac, which I thought. And then you said Pope Francis only has one lung?
Yes. Oh, and then I forgot what you said. Repeat what you said about the Catherine and the black.
Yeah, so Mary Grace informed me that Pope Francis only has one lung. That's interesting. And then I was saying that I believe it's Catherine of Aragon, the first wife of King Henry VIII. Fact check me. But when she died, she was perfectly healthy throughout her life, but when she died, her heart was like black. Gareth. Cool. Yeah. But yeah, I really like the lungs, and I asked my cousin, did this make it into there? I don't know what made it into there, but my cousin is a doctor, and so I asked him, I was like, if someone gets stabbed in the lung, does blood just kind of hold in the lung, or does it get into the actual airways? Like, how does this work? And he's like, well, no, because it's like a closed system kind of thing, or not a closed system, but like it's all part of the thing.
Why would it come out of your mouth?
Well, that's just it, because it is that. Because I'm thinking if it's an empty,
makes sense.
Yeah, because I'm thinking if it's an empty sac, well, then blood would just kind of collect in the bottom of your lung, like it wouldn't actually make it into the airway. But because it is actually a solid thing, it's all together, and so yeah, it's going to get absorbed into like the alveoli, and it's going to come up your airway. So yeah, if you get stabbed in the lung, you're probably going to have blood coming out your mouth, which is a really good thing to know because now I can edit the story I was writing.
Oh God!
And I told him, I was like, I don't need to come to you anything other than to affirm different things for my stories and my fan fictions and all that good stuff.
I think.
Congratulations, Danny, Dr. Daniel.
Congratulations,
Daniel J. DeNoble is now.
If you're listening, what's going on with my ears?
Yeah, is she
I'm
dying?
scared. Am I dying?
He's gonna be a general surgeon.
Wow.
So, he might be eventually
My
able to help you with that.
my friend in high school, whose name is also Mary Grace. I know, right? We were like best friends. Her dad is a surgeon, and she would always tell me the stories of like things that he was pulling out of people's butts.
Yeah, people are weird.
People are weird.
Yeah.
So weird, but I love it. I
I
love
like
those
the
kinds of
story I
things.
saw somewhere. One guy was saying, yeah, I pulled 2 limes out of someone's butt one time. I was like, no, you didn't have to stop at the 1 lime. You had to just, we can fit another one up there. Like, what?
Ew.
Also, it was a comedian was talking about it. They said there was a doctor that also said that
What?
Barbies are a big thing, and because they get stuck because the arms.
Oh.
It goes in one way, but it's like a barb,
And then she goes,
Barbie is like a barb, and the arms get stuck on the way out. Oh, that's so gross.
Ew, I just am imagining the little hands because they're so hard. The little fingers
They're
like
little
digging into the
blades.
sides of your tube.
Oh my god.
That's so gross.
Yeah.
I remember, I can't remember anything except a bottle cap is one thing. I can't remember anything else. Nah, I have no idea.
People are weird, man. People are weird.
Yeah.
This isn't related. It is related in my head, but it's not related to the conversation so much. But I think the reason that how was I going to word this? Where was I going with this? I have forgotten myself. But so I'm reading this book right now. This series of books. This is a second series that this author has written. I read her first series. I liked it. The internal monologue, though, of the main characters is so freaking repetitive. It's infuriating.
Gross.
And I have to look past that because this story is actually pretty good and I like it. But when I say it's repetitive, I'm talking 3 paragraphs in a row saying the same thing but in different ways. And then the next page over says the same things over and over. And I'm like, please move on. I get it. And the whole time, I'm just thinking to myself, I'm like, maybe this is why I don't enjoy this kind of stuff because I've never been sexually attracted to anybody. How did this relate?
But this related in your butt?
Oh, that's why. I was like, I cannot comprehend why people do the things they do, but I think it's just because I've never been sexually attracted to anybody. Yeah, and so it's like I can't get behind a lot of the mindset of what people are doing to kind of get to these end results that they're looking for.
I don't think that justifies putting limes in your butt. I don't think that's a thing that comes with like normal attraction to other people because also people aren't limes.
But I'm wondering, I'm like, is this repetitive nonsense that this writer has? Maybe it's just her writing style. I don't know, but it's always about sex, and I'm like, this is why I don't read this kind of stuff anymore because I'm like, all of the good plots are just demolished in underneath all the nonsense sex stuff, and I'm like, I just don't care. Just get to the point. But I'm like, is that repetitive? Is it that repetitive for people? Like, you look at somebody and you're so attracted to them that you can't think of anything other than sleeping with them?
I've never looked at anybody and that was what I thought of.
I don't get it.
Like my initial, like, I look at someone, that is not even what comes to my head. I'm just like, oh, they're nice to look at. And that's kind of it. But that even happens right.
I wonder if guys think this repetitively.
I think, no offense, men, but I think it's a guy thing. Because I saw a TikTok where this girl was, I don't remember what the situation was, but I think she was given like a wrong dose of something, and she'd taken testosterone, and she said she was like looking around her workplace, and she like that was all she could think about with everybody around her.
Is just getting in the bed with them?
Yeah. And she was like, so, is this how guys are all the time?
It must be a testosterone related thing. That must be like I don't know. But I can't. This writing is really, it's terrible, but I like the characters if I just didn't hear her internal monologue. Because it's from the girl's perspective, and she's like, I want to sleep with him, but I can't do it because of this, it's just like, girl, get over it. God, move on.
Hobby.
Oh my gosh.
Good grief.
Good gravy. I don't know. I don't get it.
I don't get it either.
What else is new? You said you had a
Okay.
list. That's
Here
not
we
very
go.
organic, but we're going for it.
Well, I was gonna get into this anyway, but then you
Okay.
brought up the list. So
Sorry.
here we go. So I had a you moment.
A me moment?
Yes.
Okay.
Because
I'm
I
so sorry.
normally
That's
you
unfortunate.
should be. Because I normally
What are you talking
when
about? I'm a
something
freaking gem.
well, when something is like sad, you like it. A book, something is like painfully sad, a
Mm-hmm.
character's story, you like it.
Not because it's sad, because it makes me feel.
Exactly.
I want to feel.
I normally don't like that.
Uh-huh.
But I had a moment where I liked it. Okay,
Ooh.
let's get into it.
Okay.
And I'm not gonna recommend that you watch this because I don't want to have another Joseph in the Dreamcoat moment. But this is perfect.
I am so harsh.
You are, so don't watch it. Just let me enjoy it.
Okay.
So my mom was like, I don't know if I should say their names.
Do it. Drop the names.
Sarah and Pete and Pete's brother and some friends had tickets to go see a musical at Syracuse Stage, and they were like, we have 2 extra. They offered to my mom, and mom like asked me if I wanted to go, and I was like, sure.
This was Sarah Thursday and Pete night. That I know?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yes. So this was Thursday night, which is why I couldn't record later Thursday because this is what I went to. So obligation. So she's like, do you want to go to Syracuse Stage musical? And I'd never heard of the musical, but I was like, okay, yeah. So Thursday night rolls around, and I'm like, what did I agree to? Because I don't like to sit for a long period of time and watch something, especially if I don't know what it is.
I guess you're not going to go with me to see the Lord of the Rings is coming back to theaters.
Yeah, we talked about this last time.
Did we?
Yes.
I forget. Okay.
And I was like, remember, because I was like, if I could take breaks, I could.
Oh, that's right. Okay.
Yeah. Okay, so I'm like, what did I get into? I look up the runtime. It's like 2.5 hours. I was like, oh my god. I'm like freaking out. I'm like, I don't want to go. And I like start panicking because I didn't know what I was getting into. And I don't like that. So anyway, we get there and there was like an event. Like there was like a bar and there were a bunch of old people. Everyone was really old. I was definitely the youngest person there. It was like an old people thing. Old people. All old people. And so I'm like, waiting around, blah, blah, blah. Okay. We get to the seats. I have an end seat. Thank God. That makes me feel better. I'm sitting down. And there were people on stage already, like playing music. Like casually. Like super casually. And I was like, are these openers? Like what? I don't know. I've never sat down in a musical and something's like already happening before it starts. Like people are still getting seats. Like
was it the orchestra pit?
No. Okay, this is so interesting to me. I love this. So I'm obsessed. And so there's people playing on stage already, like violins and like fiddles and like I don't know what. It's like folk music, I guess.
Music. Okay.
And they're like dancing. They're having a great time. Like they're doing like little skits and like laughing and like. You know what I mean? That kind of thing.
So it's almost like the prelude to the show.
The prelude. So I'm like, is this like, am I paying attention? Is this part of it? Or are these just like people getting us in the mood? So I'm hanging out and then all of a sudden like this guy walks onto the stage and he has a guitar. And he's like looking around like everyone having a good time. He's kind of like he's involving himself in it. And then like I didn't even realize it was happening. Like the lights dimmed and it's him and he's playing guitar and he's singing.
What is this show?
It's called Once. And I think it's the best thing ever. And I'll tell you why. So again, like from the beginning, like the transition into the show, like you didn't even realize.
I love that.
I was like, oh, it's happening now. Like, is it happening? This was the coolest thing ever to me because all of the people that were playing were in the musical. these were the people, these were the characters. They were on stage the whole time. They were the orchestra. They were the, what do you call it? The people who move stuff around.
Tech?
They were the tech crew. They played and sang at the same time, and they were characters.
Mad. I want to see this so bad.
Okay, and it was very like, I don't want to say like it seemed low budget, but it was just that, like with our movie that we want to make, like
it just is what it is.
They had to sell it because there was nothing special going on stage.
Oh, I love it.
You know what I mean?
I love this.
There were very few props. Like, pretty much everything that was on stage stayed there and just kind of moved around a little bit.
How long are they putting this on for? Is it still there?
Oh, I don't know. It's a good question. Maybe it is.
I want to go. I want to go so bad.
It was very, like, sensory friendly. There weren't even spotlights, really. The lights, like, kind of dimmed once or twice, maybe. Again, not a lot of props, but they were all playing, and there was no, like, pre-recorded nothing. Yeah. They did sound effects on stage, like you saw it happen, which made it even more impressive, honestly. Like, for example, there's a part in the musical.
I'm looking this up while you continue talking.
They're at like a music shop, and people are coming in and out the door. Every time someone opens the door, a guy has like a little jingle bell, like, you know when you come into a shop and there's a bell?
Yeah.
Someone literally reached over every single time someone made an entrance and ching, ching, and just, there's no door, but you know what just happened because of that little subtle, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Oh my god, I love this.
But okay. So it's basically, I'm not going to spoil it, I'll just give you the premise. It's a guy in Dublin, he's a musician, he's failing, and a girl comes in and changes it around for him. So, again, everyone is playing and singing, and like,
what's the date? What's today's date?
The 16th.
It's only through the 19th. No, this sounds so cool. I want to
go. It is so cool.
Do you want to go again?
Maybe. Wait, what's the day of the week? Thursday?
Yeah, it's May 1st through the 19th. The exuberant spirit of a lively pub session, what the Irish call Craig. Gotta work on my Irish. Meets an out-of-the-ordinary love story in this irresistible music based on the beloved indie film. Guy has been busking on Dublin's Grafton Street. Oh, Grafton Street! That's in, met outside of the bar on Grafton Street. Ed Sheeran. Okay, anyway.
Oh, yeah, I know you're
He's ready to chuck his music and forget the girlfriend who relocated to New York.
It's gonna spoil the whole thing. Don't read that.
Oh, okay.
Well, you can read it.
No, that's okay.
But I liked going into it having no idea what it was about.
That's how I felt about Daniel. I didn't talk about Daniel.
Oh, you did talk about it.
I did?
Yes, you did. With the freaking animals.
Yeah. That was so impressive. Yeah. That was mind-boggling. Anyway, that sounds cool. I want to go.
I love it. I loved it. It was so different. Like, it was very also quiet. Like, half of the thing I was like, are they even connected to anything? Like, I almost thought it was like completely raw. But I think
depending on the size,
it was just very low.
Depending on the size volume of the auditorium, sometimes they don't bother with mics, especially if it's the acoustics and it's a good play. I was in a play in college that the auditorium was so small, they were like, no, we're not doing mics.
Yeah. I think they were, but I honestly couldn't tell.
Yeah.
But
I love that. I want to go.
It was so different. Like, it was just so different than anything I've seen before. But I will let you know that everybody hated it. What? Tara and Pete and everyone they were with hated it. They hated it.
No! I bet I'll love it.
Like, whoever got the tickets got them through work, and afterwards he's like, I wish I could say I want my money back, but it was free.
That's so Pete. Oh my god.
Like, they all like fell asleep at some point, and but anyway,
they're just, oh my god.
It was very sad, and I liked it.
The show itself was sad, like it was a sad show?
There's kind of like a twist ending, I think. Like,
okay, let's not talk about it anymore because I actually do really want to go. So we're gonna look at tickets.
But it was like
we're gonna
painful, and I was like, I like sitting in this. But I do have a thing where
I like ruminating in the pain.
Yeah. And I was like, oh, I feel like Danielle. But I do have a thing where I always cry at live theater.
I 100% understand that.
I always cry.
I 100%
like at high
understand
schoolers
it.
too. I always cry. It makes me emotional. I don't know why. It's so annoying.
I think just to see everything come to fruition, just to know how much time and effort and work that they put into it, the dedication that you can just see, and it all coming together and coalescing into this amazing show, whether you like the show or not, just to see it come together is so impressive. Yeah, it does definitely bring a tear to my eye.
It was just so but this musical it was just so simple. Like I just fell in love with the characters because there wasn't like, it was just so simple. You know what I mean? It was like so direct. Well,
I love that you can do so much with so little. And it's actually the same with Hamilton. There's hardly there's no, I mean, there's a few stage props here and there, but they're for like 5 seconds. It's like a chair.
Yeah.
Sometimes a desk, something like that. It's nothing. But you are so immersed into the characters, in the world and everything, that you don't need anything. And it's just, you can do so much with so little if you do it well. Oh, that's so exciting. I do really want to go.
What were the tickets like?
I don't know. I didn't
even pay for the other one. Although I don't want you to hate it, because then I'll feel
it's actually extraordinarily difficult for me to hate any kind of stage play, just because I know how much time and work and energy has gone into it, because I was part of it for so many years. And it's hard for me to not at least appreciate the time and effort. If I don't like the show in and of itself, I'm still going to really appreciate everything else about it. So yeah, we need to get tickets for this.
You know how it said it was based on the movie? I watched the movie last night. Not good.
Not good.
Really bad. Didn't like it.
I'm confused by this. What day can we go? I can do either tomorrow or Saturday. What are you doing tomorrow night? Do you have to work?
No, but I don't know. Again, we're making plans.
Oh wow, we are gonna be in the nosebleeds. That's fine. I actually prefer further back seating.
I don't. How much are they?
Ooh.
A lot?
$89?
No.
No.
That's expensive.
Now you're just taunting me.
I'm sorry. I didn't know it was. Well, I think there's videos of the performance online. Don't watch the movie.
Okay.
I didn't like it. Eric liked it.
Speaking of that though, my mom, she said that her school, my old school, whatever, had 70 tickets to go see Hamilton in Pittsburgh.
Whoa.
So we're going to go see that in September.
Nice.
I'm really excited about that. I did see it when they came to Syracuse.
I did too, yeah.
Yeah, it was, oh gosh, it's so stinking good. I'm so obsessed with it. Very cool. I'm jealous. I should have got those tickets. Freaking Pete. Freaking Pete. Felt so, I could have taken 8.
I don't know who got them. I think it was his brother. I don't know. There was a bunch of old people. I just shook their hands and I was like, hi. And they all hated it. So that was
I'm going to tell Pete you called him old.
Don't.
He's like my best friend. Oh my god, I love him.
He sat like pretty far away from me. Like I was on this end, he was on the other end, and he's like, "You're lucky, you're not sitting next to me." I'm like, "Yeah, I am. Yeah, I am."
Was that the second time you met him? Because you met him the first time at the hockey game, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I freaking love him so much.
He's so funny. But I was so sad that they all hated it. I thought
it was, like,
really
that
good.
hurts my soul a little bit.
And, like, while I was there, I was like, wow, this is really different. But then, like, as I kind of reflected, I was like, that was actually amazing.
Yeah.
But they hated it.
Oh.
They were like, that was painful. I was like, oh my god.
Mm.
It was so good.
I went to go see a play. Or we did. I'm an idiot. I'm thinking, did you go see Gods in America? What is Gods in America at RIT? Or NTID, I mean?
Huh?
The stage play at NTID.
Gods in America?
I want to say it was Gods in America.
I
or
saw
something like that.
everybody at NTID. It's called Everybody. You drove me.
Yeah, no, I'm saying the one before. Maybe you didn't go
I
to
didn't
that
go to
one.
the one before.
Well, it was very long, and I actually only think they did like half of the actual play.
The one we went to was long too.
It was long. But this one, they divided the stage into two parts, into two sides.
Oh.
And they had one side
I remember
with
hearing about this.
half the characters speaking and half the characters signing. And then the other side was the same thing happening, but just in the reverse. It was so awesome. So awesome. I loved how they did that. So you got, for the hearing audience and everything, you got all of the characters speaking, but then you also got all of the characters signing at the same. And it was so cool. I was like, that's how you do it, man. It was so impressive. I loved how they did that.
I loved the one that we saw. It was so good. And they had the captions on there too.
Did you notice that when they were saying it, that each time they go on to stage with that one, who is the main, or who it's kind of surrounded about, it was always randomly drawn.
Mm-hmm.
So they had, what was it, like 5 or 6
so they all had to memorize the whole thing. Yeah,
like 5 or 6 potential different scripts that was randomly selected that day. That was so impressive.
That was cool.
Very cool. What else is new with you?
Oh geez.
No, we're gonna pause. I'm gonna ask you, how do you feel about the 4B movement?
4B?
4B. It's the Korean movement. I think it's South Korea. We're getting a little bit more political here. But in South Korea, I believe, the women have started a movement where they're just done with men, with providing children for the government.
Whoa.
Basically. They've stopped. The 4B movement is, there are 4 rules to this movement that all start with B.
Oh.
I don't know exactly what they are, but basically it's just like, we're not going to date men. We're not going to have babies with men. We're done with that. We are not going to just keep popping out babies to keep your country running. It's like, it's just, we don't want to. It's not worth it. Your men suck. We're not going to procreate with these idiots. It's just not going to happen. So they stopped. And I think if I saw it correctly, 150 schools did not have a kindergarten class.
Oh, this already happened.
Yeah.
Oh.
It has already happened and is still happening. I don't know if it's
so this is in cycle.
This is happening right now. How do you think, like, what do you think of thoughts on it? They did not have it was either kindergarten or first grade classes. In 150 schools, there was no kids.
Who was I talking about? Who was I talking with about something similar recently? I don't remember who it was, but we were just like, what if every other year no one had kids? And then I was just like, well, what would that do with schools? There would not be like every other grade. Wait, who was I was talking about something similar recently. That's weird. What do I think about that? That's crazy.
To the point, they weren't having so many kids that the population is like dropping so quickly that they're actively trying to pay women to have babies.
Oh my god.
They're like, please have a child. We'll give you $75,000 if you get pregnant. They're like, no thanks.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
I'm impressed with the commitment.
Mm-hmm.
That's powerful.
Mm-hmm. Like, that's how you get stuff done. That's absolutely how you tank an economy, and it probably, to the degree it will not recover unless you make some epic changes. That's amazing.
Wow.
We'll see how that works out. I don't know.
Interesting.
Like you said, I'm very impressed with the commitment. So it also reminds me of the Icelandic. I think it was was it Greenland? Iceland? I think it was Iceland.
Same thing.
The women's protest. For 1 week, women stopped. They did not take care of the children. They did not go to work. They did not take care of their husbands.
Wow.
And the entire economy in 1 week just folded.
Why can't we commit to anything here?
I know.
That's what I'm thinking.
Well, our country is just too big. That's where I talked about it before. We have to treat every state like its own little country.
We couldn't even commit to staying home for 2 weeks. To stay home? That's doing less. They're not asking us to go in a protest or go and just do
less.
It's like physically easier to do less. And we couldn't do that.
Well, that's because of who the order was coming from. That was coming from the top down. We don't like that. We want from the bottom up. And if it's us protesting, we get stuff done because Kellogg's still hasn't recovered, I don't think. That boycott really worked. I'm all for it. The audacity of that man to say that we should just have cereal for dinner if we can't afford other food. The audacity. But yeah, I'm glad they tanked them. And I'm like, I don't know. Just F around and find out, man. Like, that's the way of the world. We're done with this nonsense. And I love it. Oh, so what else is going on?
I've never heard of that, the 4B
I don't
thing.
know. I saw it on TikTok. Speaking of TikTok, like I said, TikTok shop got me. It got me. One, with these microphones, but then as soon as I bought these microphones, they're like, oh, she's buying from TikTok shop. Let's bombard her now. So I got every other TikTok I look at is a TikTok shop ad or whatever.
I hate it.
And I have to just continuously scroll through all of them. It's disgusting. But they did get me because it is something I've actually been wanting for quite a while.
What?
A water pick.
Oh,
water
good.
flosser. I did. I got it. I love it.
It's sick, right?
It's awesome.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not one of those like the ones that you sit on your counter and it's like the whole contraption with the wire and
mine's not either. Mine's just handheld.
Mine's the handheld.
Yeah.
Brick of a thing. I love it. And I took it to my office because I had lunch that I had taken with me that I knew was going to get gunked up in my teeth. So I took it to work with me and I was showing my coworker and he's like, is that thing really powerful? I'm like, yeah, it is. He's like, shoot it across here. And I'm like, it's going to make a mess. And it shot clear across my office.
Because it's like pulses. It's not like a
no, it's like
yeah, exactly.
I just spit. Guess what? I'm the new water flosser.
You are the water pick.
So gross. Speaking of gross things, you know what we should have an episode on?
Huh?
We should just admit to all the disgusting things we do.
I thought that's what we were doing. I was already doing that.
We do that.
We do that on a daily basis. You said? I don't know if you know, but last episode you talked about how you don't change your towels out for like a month. Do you have something worse than that?
Yeah.
What is it? Then let's hear it.
I think I actually admitted to it before. So I think this is a reiteration of
is it your sheets? Because that's another one.
Listen, I'm a clean human being. I'm clean, so that therefore everything that I touch is clean. You know what? Get over it. I'm not alone in this, okay? But no, I was thinking about it the other day because I made a big old bowl of pasta salad, right? I make good pasta salad. And I only have so many dishes and I'm one person and I don't feel like doing my dishes. I hate doing my dishes. And so if I have a bowl of pasta salad and it's my hyperfixation meal, so it's all I ever eat until the whole bowl is gone. And so I have my one small bowl of pasta salad. I eat that and I just simply rinse out the bowl.
That's fine.
To then use for pasta salad again.
Pasta salad.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do the same thing.
Yeah?
I can't do it though if there is like a sauce involved that has crusted to the bowl.
No, it has to definitely be rinsed out.
Yeah.
To almost.
If you can rinse it out, I will do it.
Yeah.
If it doesn't rinse out, then I have to wash it, I think.
Yeah. Like if there's still stuff stuck on the bowl, yeah, I'll get a new bowl. But like I just rinse. I don't wash. I just rinse it off and reuse it.
Same food.
That's what I was thinking.
Nah, that's
fine. No, that's fine? Okay.
You've done grosser.
I have done grosser. I am grosser. I've switched out my towel since we talked last.
Yeah, because you thought about it. I do like a thing. No, this is bad.
Dude, admit it. We have a grand total of one listener.
I don't know if it's just like a demand avoidance thing.
Oh, that's harsh for me.
But like, I hate emptying out a lunchbox.
Yes.
And I will let it mold.
Yep.
And sit and liquefy and leak. And I'll let it. And the more that it deteriorates, the less I want to deal with it, the more likely I'm willing to leave it there. So the longer I wait, kind of thing.
Yeah.
So I have a lunchbox sitting in my car that.
Do you have that though, like demand avoidance?
I guess. I don't know. How would I know if I do?
Like, so the kind of classic thing is that if you're going about your life, you see that the trash can is full and you're like, okay, I'm going to go ahead and do that. But right before you get to doing it, somebody asks me to, then I'm like, wow, no, absolutely not. You just told me absolutely not. I am exactly like that. I don't know why, but subconsciously, I'm just like, screw you. I ain't doing it now. And that's what happened with the whole car payback or buyback program with my car. My mom kept nagging me about it. She's like, you need to call. And I'm like, you keep telling me to call. I ain't going to call.
Oh, I definitely have demand avoidance because of this is so bad too.
But the whole call thing, it was only hurting me. I'm the one not getting the money, so it's like I don't. But she's like, if I don't nag you, you're not going to do it. And I'm like, no, you nagging me is guaranteeing I'm not doing it. Yeah, that's pretty bad. Anyway, what were you saying?
Well, I'll just say this: I still don't have my degree in sign language because I was avoiding reaching out to someone about it. They gave me a form to fill out, and I can't. I can't.
I feel like if that were me, I know I worked hard enough for it, and I'm gonna be fighting tooth and nail for it. I'm gonna be pulling every stop that I possibly can.
It almost sounds too easy. They're like, yeah, just fill out this form. They'll give it to you.
Yeah.
I'm like, well, then I can just do it whenever.
Yeah.
And also, nobody's like fact checking me. I just tell people. I want to say people. I mean like colleges.
Yeah.
That I have it, and they're like, okay, you have it.
Yeah. College is such a scam sometimes.
It's so stupid.
It's so ridiculous. Speaking of that, though, you want to hear some absolutely wild nonsense?
Okay.
This is kind of also demand avoidance. I accidentally applied to seminary school.
To seminary?
Not really seminary. I think that's more like specifically Catholic, but like.
Wait, accidentally?
Yeah. What do you mean?
Recently?
I love that. That's the first time I was like, how do you accidentally apply? No, I accidentally
Wait,
applied.
when?
So it's been something that's been on my heart and mind recently that
You want to go into the seminary?
Not into seminary, but I do better. You know how I am. I love school. I love the structure that school brings. I like that you have other people chiming in their ideas. You have a structured layout, a plan. You have your assignments and everything that keep you on track. You have your deadlines to actually put the pressure that I need to get things done. And while I'm doing okay with my morning Bible study and everything, it's still I still want that discussion. I want that I want the chime. I want everyone else's thoughts so I know that I'm getting kind of everything I can out of it rather than just relying on my own understanding. I want more than that. So I was thinking about going back to like Bible college or theology school, whatever, just to get the absolute most out of my Bible studies and just out of the Bible in general. And so it's been on my heart and mind to go back to school for that kind of thing. And so I was looking online for different programs, and I saw a couple different schools that were 100% online programs. And I was like, well, that's all I can do because I don't have the time to actually go back to school.
Right.
And so I got on one of this website, and they said, like, if you want more information, go ahead and put your contact info in. And so I'm thinking to myself, I'm going to put my email in. They're going to send me just a kind of general, here's our program, here's this. Nope. I put my information in there, and within a single minute.
Thanks for your application.
No, it wasn't. That wasn't the application. That generally was just like, hey, contact me. Within a minute of sending in my contact information, somebody calls me. Not just an email, but calls me. And she's like, hey, I see that you're interested in the program. I just want to kind of get an idea of what you're looking for, what the plan is. And so I'm just kind of rattling off to her. I'm like, I'm just kind of trying to further my spiritual walk, blah, 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 blah. She's like, I think you're going to be a great fit for this and everything. And she's like, we can get you set up with the start time is June 17th. And I'm like, whoa. I was just kind of like thinking about this, just kind of wanting more information. She's like, oh, that's fine. But there's also start dates in August and September. So if you wanted to wait until then to kind of start then, maybe that'll fit your schedule more. And I'm like, yeah, if I did this, then that would probably be a little bit of a better thing. She said, okay, great. Well, what's this? And I'm thinking we're just, again, talking information. She's just going to send me information.
What's your social security number?
She did ask me that. She was like, well, do you want to give us your social security so we can check in on the FAFSA for you and everything? And I'm like, not at this time. No, thank you.
Oh my God.
And I told her, I was like, I'm not going to go through FAFSA. If I do this, it would just be coming out of my pocket. And they're like, okay, admissions, we're going to do this. There's a payment plan and everything that you can do. And if you want to go ahead and start in August, then we can get you set up with the advisors. They'll already put in all of the classes that you need. And I'm like, whoa.
Oh my God.
Don't do anything automatically. This, again, was just something I was thinking about. She's like, no problem. You just go ahead and call your advisors to set up your classes for you when you want to do that. And she was like, rattled through all of this. She's asking me all of my information. And I'm just kind of, nothing that was going to make me pay or anything like that. But I was giving her some of the information that she wanted, thinking I was just going to get some additional And she's like, okay, I sent that in on your behalf. All you have to do is send in your transcripts and get a photo ID, and then we can get you set up with classes. And I'm like, what?
That's like
what just happened?
Like, turn off. I would be like, no, I don't want to go there. That's like this.
I don't. And it was like, did I just apply? Did somebody else not?
Maybe then you find out it's seminary school.
Not
or what?
Not officially. I didn't apply because again, I didn't send in my transcripts or the photo ID that they were looking for, so it hasn't complete or anything. But I accidentally applied to school.
Well, someone put you like in classes. Your name is on the roster, and they're like, "Where is she?"
Right? Oh my gosh! But it's all 100% online. So I was thinking to myself, I'm like, well, one, I don't know nothing about this program. I ain't going to go to this, and it was like $3,400 a semester. Because I would only do part-time, 6 credits, so much money per credit, blah, blah, end up being like around $3,400. And I'm like, I don't, this was just something that I wanted to do just to kind of deepen my spiritual walk and everything.
Right.
And so I kept doing research and everything, and I came across Christian Leaders Institute, which is not an accredited school, but it did say that the credits that you get there, if you get the credits, they can be applied to an accredited school, which Liberty University is accredited, and they do take the credits from there. So I was going to call up Liberty and be like, hey, if I were to do this program over here, do you actually accept that? And can I work on later on going to your place? So we'll figure that out later. But yeah, so that's where we're at right now.
Good grief.
Because I honestly, like I said, it's been on my heart and mind a little bit. I don't know if it's just me thinking it or if it's kind of like that nudge from the Lord being like, hey, maybe this is what you should probably do. I really would like to speak in prisons. I would really, really like to do that. Because there was actually an ad on Facebook at one point that said, prisons need Bibles, please donate what you can. And so I bought a Bible and I sent it, or I paid the money for them to buy a Bible to send to a prison or whatever. Not much help there, but at least it's something or other. But then it got me really thinking, and I'm like, that'd actually be amazing. That would be such an amazing thing to be able to go in and talk to people about that. Because I love talking about Jesus. So why not? He's such a cool dude, and I love talking about him. So I was like,
he's such a
cool dude. He's so stinking cool. But I would really like to do that. But I'm not in a position to do that because as much as I love reading the Bible, I still don't know it well enough to be able to actually talk to other people about it in any legitimate fashion. So yeah, I kind of want to go to school. I'm going to talk to my pastor about it and see what he thinks. But again, it's like the demand avoidance, and I'm like, this is something I really want to do. Is this the Lord nudging me? I should probably start the wheels on this bus here.
Demand avoidance with the Lord.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's another level. That's tough.
So yeah, I kind of need to talk to him sooner rather than later. But we'll see how that goes. Yeah. Oh my gosh. The other day, my Bible study hit so hard, dude. It hit so hard. I was reading about King Saul and what he went through, and that he was originally chosen by God, but then he turned his back and everything, and he was not doing what God wanted. And so God was just like, okay, you're not the king that you need to be. So I have to appoint someone else. And that's where he appointed David. And so when God switched his plan over to David and everything, Saul fell into he was tormented by an evil spirit, which is, to be clear, it's anxiety and depression. He fell into a really deep depression. And I'm like, wow, I am Saul. Okay. And it just, that Bible study hit so stinking hard just to see that, like, just to see the dependence on God and everything, and just like, I love it. It was so good. I was like, okay, call me out a little harder, but it's okay. I'm back in his fold, and I am happier than ever. So prodigal son that real hard. It was a good time. Now it's a good time. It wasn't then, but
now we party.
But there's also a song called In Jesus' Name by Katie Nicole. And that song also hits really hard. And it's like my daily prayer for my brother right now, who's going through it. He's going through it. And so, yeah. Everybody, go ahead and listen to Katie Nicole's song. And if you could send that kind of prayer to my brother, that'd be much appreciated. Thank you.
Prayers for brother.
Yeah. I feel like there was something else. I have to answer this text message to get rid of this notification because it's driving me crazy, but it's work related, so I have to actually like sit and focus on it, and I can't do that right now. It's really irritating me. I thought I had a list of things that I also wanted to talk about. Oh, that was a rough day.
What?
I'm all over the place. I'm sorry. No, just the other, like, last week I had such a frustrating day. Like, absolutely nothing was working. I was so fed up with life. Everything broke. Everything in my life just broke
I
on
keep
one
having
particular day.
those where I just get rage and like everything is just going wrong. And
I was like, I need some patience here. My diffuser at my work, it broke. Decided, what?
The new one or
no, my original diffuser.
Did you get a new one? Am I tripping? Didn't you get one that is like different?
I don't know what we talked about last.
You got a new one, right?
I don't know. I mean, yes.
And it's like different in some. Wait, let me try to remember. It's not just like water. It's like something else, right?
I mean, it's a diffuser. It mists. It makes mist.
It was better in some way. I don't remember.
Well, the whole point was that when my original diffuser broke, which I was irritated about because it just quit on me, but it was like 10 years old, so it was like incoming, whatever. That's not the big deal. I bought another one.
Yeah.
And it was like this beautiful glass. It was intricate, and it had an atomizer rather than just a diffuser. It was an atomizer, so it created like a pool of fog.
That's what it was.
Rather than just spitting up like one little stream of it. And the glass came broken, but not bad enough that I was like, it won't work. It was just kind of cracked in one point.
Right.
And I was like, whatever, I can ignore that. But then when I put it all together, the atomizer lasted a grand total of 7 minutes before it quit on me. I was so annoyed. So I had to box that all back up, and I had to return that one. And as I'm looking for another one, so I bought another one that it had like greenery and kind of trees. It was all fake. It was all plastic or whatever, but it's dark enough in my room. Nobody could tell, but it stunk to high heaven. So I don't know what that was about.
Like the plastic?
The plastic stunk so bad. But then it had like the atomizer bottom and then a little fountain as well. So the trickle, but it was so loud. The atomizer made like a and then the fountain was just like pouring a bucket of water on someone's head. It was so loud. So I was like, this is not going to work either. So I had to send that back, and I was so annoyed with that. And then as all this is at the same time happening, my lotion that I ordered is on back order, so that's not coming in. I had to borrow a bunch of my coworkers' cream, which is a totally different texture, which I did not like at all. And so I'm waiting around for that. I'm waiting, and I'm like, finally, I had to give up on the back order with that because I had to have my lotion. Like, I needed it. And so I canceled that order and just ordered the same lotion that I usually buy from Massage Warehouse. I bought it from Amazon, but I didn't realize how small the bottle was. I paid the exact same amount of, I paid the same price for half the amount of lotion from Amazon, and I'm not happy because that stuff is expensive. And then this was all happening at the same time where nothing on my computer was downloading because, folks, sorry about the other episode. It was late incoming because I forgot to edit it with the sound audio that was...
And also I suck, but in combination.
Yeah. We both
demand avoidance.
We're not professionals here. Like, who cares? But nothing was downloading properly. I don't know why. I had to go through like 6 different channels until it actually finally downloaded. And then all of this was also on top of my Kindle that I started a Kindle Unlimited thing.
Mm-hmm.
And one day it just decided to stop recognizing my account. And I had to like redo my Kindle Unlimited. So I have to look at my bank statements to see if I'm paying twice. Because it just...
Double Unlimited.
So, I mean, we're good right now because I did create a new, like, start it up again, but we'll see if I'm actually, like, paying twice over. And it was just, all of this accumulated into one day, and I was like, I'm gonna burn down the world. It's gonna happen.
I keep having those. I get so rageful.
Yeah.
And then Saturday, I was like, okay, it's gonna be a good day. Because I've been having anger, like, issues, almost. Where, like, it's, like, built up, and so little things set me off really bad.
You know how I picture your anger coming out?
Well, wow.
I just see you...
It's not even that much.
And then just
it's
walk
just
away.
All in my head.
Well, I'm just picturing you just, like, standing there for a minute.
But I go crazy in my brain. But you wouldn't even know on my face. But I've been having one of those days where I get really rageful, and it's ugly. It's not a good look to be angry. So Saturday, I'm like, I get to work. I'm like, it's gonna be a good day. It's gonna be okay. Everything that happens, so it's fine. It's just a day. And I'm like, I keep reminding myself, like, little thing. I'm like, no, it's okay. It's all right. It's all good. And the day finally ends. I'm walking to my car. And I'm like, I don't know. I'm far away from my car still. Like, it's across the street. And I'm like, what smells like cat pee? Something smells really bad. Like cat pee. It smells like cat pee. What is that? I'm looking around and I can't tell at this point, but then I get to my car and I realize there's bird poop all over my car.
Oh no.
Like all over, like all over. Like not even like a little, like comedically all over my car. Like ridiculously all over my car.
I did that. I made the mistake of parking under a lamp.
I wasn't under anything.
They had a vendetta.
You know, like when bee, like you know, when you put the queen bee in a car and then all the bees, it was like as if there were like bird seed in my car. There wasn't, but like it just looked like a bunch of birds just sat on my car for an hour.
It just let it loose.
Smelled like it smelled. I smelled it from across the street, and it was all over. I'll show you. I took a video.
You know, I can imagine like a poop ring.
There was a poop ring because, and again, there was a ring around just my car, and also dropped my keys on the way to the car. Had to pick them up. Tried to open the door without touching the bird poop that was all over the car. Figure that one out. Can't do it. You can't open the door without touching the bird poop. It smelled. I've never smelled. Have you ever smelled bird poop?
No.
It did not good smell. It stunk. Oh my god, it smelled. But like, I was like, okay, I'm having a good day. That's finally over. And then like, not like a bird poop, like a comedic amount of bird poop on my car, like a ridiculous, like an FU to me. Like you thought you could have a good day. Here's an amount of bird poop that could ruin your week. And it did. Got 2 car washes, is still there. And now it's polished in. Now they buffed it in, they waxed it in, so it's sealed in twice. 2 times sealed. So it's with me forever.
Okay.
It's a part of me.
I knew it was my mind. Oh my gosh.
Isn't that awful?
Oh, that is so funny. I'm so sorry. That's unfortunate.
It's so gross.
Oh my
Remind
gosh.
me when we're done. I'll show you like the video that I took from inside the car of like my windshield and the sunroof.
Oh, that's terrible, man. Sunroof. Speaking of sunroof, have you seen, again on TikTok, stained glass?
Yeah.
I want to put that on my sunroof so bad. I want that so bad. It looks so cool.
It's cute.
My cousin does tinting.
Mm.
He has a tint shop business, Beck's Blackout, and I texted my cousin, who's his wife, whatever. I texted. I was like, "Does DJ do this? Like, this would be actually so cool. I bet he could make bank doing that. Because it's like you.
It's trendy.
It's like a tin, but it's stained glass looking. Oh my gosh, it's so cool. I want to do that.
It's cute.
I'm wearing shorts today, and
love it.
The Sasquatch legs are out in full force.
Sasquatch.
They're so furry still.
Oh.
I still
Mine
haven't.
are too. Look, I got little pricklies going on.
I got pricklies down here because I did shave from my knee down for church, but from my knee up is still prickly. And then right before I came here, I used one of my electric razor kind of thing just to kind of shear off some of the length from the front and side. The inside, like I said, is still nice and furry. I ain't bothering with it.
Nice and furry.
Yeah, nice and furry. But it's so blonde that you can't even see it.
Who
so
cares?
Yeah.
Why does it matter?
I do like nice soft legs, but I just don't feel like doing it.
Who cares?
What?
I said, who cares?
Yeah. I'm perpetually single, so it's not like anyone's going to be feeling them. Other than your dogs. Your dogs were scratching away at me.
Sorry.
I'm not wearing pants. They're clawing.
They're getting there. They're getting groomed next week, I think.
Very good. Very good.
They need a haircut.
I do too. I'm so annoyed. The trimmer that I was telling you about
broke.
I got like 2 uses out of it, and then it just decided to stop working on me. So yeah, my hair has gotten ridiculously long.
Hmm.
Probably take care of that at some point. Uh, my apartment is a disaster.
My room's really bad. I'm trying to get rid of some clothes. So many.
I gotta get rid of a lot of things. My cousin sent me this. Hold on. Oh.
What was that?
My cousin sent me a video through Instagram, but it was something I saw on TikTok earlier. That's me. These two little girls complaining about the amount of or the price of their ice cream from an ice cream truck.
Oh.
This guy, he paid £9. He wants £9 for 2 ice creams. It should be like 1 or 2 quid, but he's asking me, he ain't gonna get very far in life. He ain't gonna get anything. I hope he hears me. £9.
Oh my god.
Kids are cute.
True.
Sometimes they're not, though.
Let's not have any.
Huh?
I said, let's not have any.
Let's not have any. They're cute. Other people's kids are cute. Oh my gosh, my little nephew Malachi, he's so stinking cute. Oh my gosh. And I've said it before, and I will say it again. I am your number one go-to person to know if your baby is cute or not. Because I will. That's a potato. That is a potato. That's not a baby. That's a potato. This little tater spud, however, he's a tater tot. He is so stinking cute. He came out the womb cute. Oh my gosh.
Some come out so ugly.
They do. They just gnarly looking. It's like, put that back in. It ain't done.
Put that thing back where it came from, or
So help me. Yeah.
Yeah.
He's so cute though. I miss him. I want to see him. He likes me. I get to hold him, and I'll hold him for like multiple hours, and he just sleeps away.
Babies hate me.
Everybody hates you. What?
Yeah.
What? I didn't say that. What?
I don't know what about my face like makes babies cry.
It's your energy. They just can sense that you're like not down for it.
It's too bad.
See, I'm down for it. I'm like, give me that baby. But then when I'm done, just take back. Anywho, what else is new?
My cousin
Vinny.
my cousin's wife. My cousin and his wife have a baby. He was born in November? No, December? Around then. And we were at my aunt's house and they were changing him, and I wasn't watching, but there was like an audience. I don't know why, but I was from afar because I'm not interested in that.
Okay.
But everyone was watching, and my cousin was like changing him. My aunt said, "You don't have to wipe inside of him," and my cousin said, "That's how I do it."
Oh my god.
And I like lost my mind.
Oh my god.
You don't gotta go inside. He's like, "That's how I do it on myself."
Oh my god. Weird. Oh no, that's a problem. That's a problem. Oh my good gravy.
I know.
That's bad.
Okay, I have one more thing.
Mm-hmm. Good, because I got nothing.
A new addiction that I have.
Oh, nice.
Besides this musical. It is using AI. Don't freak out.
Okay.
I found there's a few websites that do it, but I found one that I really like where you can take a song and it uses AI to like you can separate the different parts of it. You can separate the vocals, drums, the bass, and just like the music.
Uh-huh.
I'm obsessed with doing it.
Why? What are you doing with everything?
Well, because like, say I have a song I like, and it's like, it's bumping, it's jamming, and then you just like turn everything down and it's just the voice. It's like, ooh, I don't know why it like makes my brain go like,
okay.
You know what I mean?
Uh-huh. Yeah. Because that sounds like I said earlier, when I can see all the work that goes into it. And so when you're seeing the individual pieces and parts that when put together form the whole thing, but you can appreciate the pieces and parts.
That, and it just feels like, I don't know what the word is, but just listening to just the vocals of a song that you've known and loved for so long, just isolated. It's
Uh-huh.
like, I don't know what the word is, but it's so cool, and I want to do it with the car radio and listen to like the scream just alone. You know what I mean?
Don't play with me.
We should do it. That's what I've been doing, is like listening to like scream parts of songs that I like, or just like, or listening to just the music without the voice, and it's like, oh, that's kind of weird. Like, I know how the song goes, but it's like a
You know what
karaoke version.
I noticed? It's the song Dance Monkey. Yeah. What's their name?
I have no idea.
Well, I took her vocals out of it to isolate the music, or I looked up like the karaoke version or whatever, just to hear the music. And it's so, I will say, the one thing that does impress me is how much a vocal does impact a song when that vocal is actually the largest part of the melody.
Yeah.
While that music, like, I like that song. Something about it just hits the right part of my brain. I don't know. I like that song. And so when I took out her vocals and actually saw the simplicity of the music and realized that how much she is doing, very impressive. Very impressive to how much the song relies on the vocalist.
It's also just impressive, like, how things have to work together. Like, you listen to the drums and it's like, okay, easy. The bass is just like boom, 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 boom. Yeah. And it's like, but everything has to come together just perfectly.
You know what?
The pieces are so simple.
The other song that we should isolate with the most amazing scream is my brain jumped to something else and it wiped out the name of
I have no idea what
it's a 21 Pilot song. What the heck? Hold on. My brain, I don't know why, but it jumped to this show Shadow and Bone because of the sh sound, the SH sound in the song's title. My brain instantly jumped to Shadow and Bone, and now I can't get off of Shadow and Bone to remember the actual title of the song. My brain is a complicated place to be sometimes. Shy Away.
Oh, I could have guessed that.
Sorry. But the live recording of it from the concert that they did, the live stream concert, his scream in that is just peak perfection. And I think we should try and isolate that a little bit, just so I can immerse myself in it.
It depends, like, on how much, like, if the music is kind of overpowering the voice, it doesn't isolate as well. It's still cool. But you know what I mean? Is like, it's not perfect, but it is really cool.
No, I would love to absolutely isolate all of Josh's drums because of he has such a unique drum style.
The drums isolate really well.
Yeah.
It's cool. So, yeah, it's been my new addiction.
In car radio, I always think to myself how much I would love to just sit right in front of Josh's drum set, like with my face pressed against the bass, and I'm just like, please obliterate me in your drumming. That song's drum.
Wait, another thing. This wasn't even on my list, but well, it's kind of unrelated. But last year, so my mom and her friend have like a food truck, and so last year there's like a there was like a battle of the food trucks, a food truck battle at the fairgrounds last year. So I went because obviously my mom was working it, and they have like music, like live music at, is it Chevy Court? What's the one that's right in the middle of everything? It doesn't matter.
Sure, we'll go with Chevy Court.
And so I'm hanging out, and then all of a sudden this song starts playing that I really like, and I'm like, oh, this song is not popular. Why are they covering this? It was the band. I didn't even know.
Oh my god!
I was like, oh my god, because they're like, we're Michigan. The band's called Michigander, and they're like, we're Michigander. I'm like, I didn't even know they were there that whole time. Well, I'm walking around. So we went again this weekend. I'm walking around and I see merch for this band that I like called The Main. I'm like, wait, are they playing tonight? They were.
Oh my god!
And so I got to watch. It was so cool, but it just reminded me because the speakers, like, I was standing right in front of them, and you can like feel it in your bones. I love that.
Well, I was supposed to go to the, not Alt J.
You're farting it up over there.
I am. I cannot think. I can't even think of the melody. Let's go out with a bang.
Oh, you're talking about. No, I'm farting too.
AJR.
AJR. I saw AJR at the fair.
I had Alt J in my head. I was like, I know that's not it. So yeah, close. AJR. I was supposed to go to the fair to see when they were there.
Oh.
And like 5 minutes before I was set to leave with my friend, she's like, yeah, I'm not feeling it. And I'm like, I can't go to the fairgrounds by myself. No. That's just stupid.
There were so many people there too.
Yeah, I was like, I cannot do that. That is so beyond unsafe. I can't do that. And so now I didn't get to see them for $3. I didn't get to see a $3 concert of a band that I really, really wanted to see. I was so angry. And that, honestly, I know it sounds really petty, but there was so many other things in that friendship that were not good, that was like the tip of the iceberg that finally tipped the whole thing over.
I had that same thing happen with the group of well, not the same thing, but remember I was in line for that concert at the fair. I was like first in line. I'd been waiting there since 9 in the morning. The concert was at like 3 p.m.
Yeah.
And they showed up at the last second. They're like, hey. And I was like, hi.
No, you're not my friends.
And there were like 10 of them. And everyone in line around me was like mad at me. Yeah, and security guards were like, no, you can't do that. And they were like, no, we're with her. And I was like, whoa. I didn't know you guys were going to do that.
Yeah. She bailed on me for that one. And that was after bailing on me for so many other things. You should have found me. Yeah, I didn't know you then. That sucked. I'm
hey, you look cool. Do you know sign language?
Yeah.
I do.
I do.
I'm in level 2. Yeah. Or whatever it was at the time. Yeah.
Something else. I don't know. But yeah, I was real salty about that. Still am. But I just sounded like I was about to cry.
Are you gonna cry?
No.
We'll go see
my voice just shook weird.
It was good. It was cool.
Yeah.
They said it was like one of the biggest turnouts ever. Like, it was sick.
You know what was just weird? I'm gonna say something, but you have to promise not to like be upset, because if it was coming the other direction, I know I'd be upset for like 0.2 seconds, because that's how I am, and that's actually the point of this conversation. Is I get butthurt about things so easily for a grand total of 2 seconds before I don't care anymore. Like, I genuinely don't care anymore. And it happens all the time when I hear somebody go somewhere or does something and they had the audacity not to invite me. So I'm sitting here thinking to myself, like, you went down to the fairgrounds. No, just now, this weekend or whatever. You went down to the fairgrounds to do the food truck thing and you didn't invite me? And I was like, oh, wait a second, I actually don't care. I get really offended for a grand total of 2 seconds. No, like, it was the same thing with Natalie. Her and Lauren went to that. My other friend Lauren. Lauren invited Natalie and one of her coworkers or something to go to the food truck thing. And I was like, for 0.2 seconds, I was like, wow, why didn't I get an invite? And I'm like, oh, wait, I don't care. I asked Natalie, I was like, hey, did you have a good time? She's like, yeah, it was good. And I'm like, good for you. I genuinely don't care. And I'm glad you had a good time.
It was like it was like a last minute thing. Like, I wasn't going to go because it was after I had work. And then I was like, I'll just go. So my sister and I
just know that anything that you do in your life, I require an invitation. I won't take you up on it, but I require. I'm just kidding. I will more than likely not want to go, but I still want the invite. I actually did talk about that with my grandma, because me and my brother. So my whole family, big family, we're all pretty close. Like, me and my cousins are, like, I think I talked about it before. Me and my cousins are all weirdly close. I'm closer with my 2 cousins. They're brothers to me. And then my cousins all in St. Clairsville, while I don't talk to them on a regular basis, like I do my cousins up here, obviously, because they're not here. But when I'm with them, and it's just like best friends. We're all just best friends. But me and my brother, with my core family, we are definitely not just a show up kind of people. Just in general, no matter who it is, even with our family, we were never just a show up kind of thing. And my cousins all were just show up people. They would just go to my grandparents' house just because.
Yeah.
For, no pre-warning or whatever. Here we are. We're coming in. me and my brother were never like that, and I think it just kind of set a precedent throughout like the rest of our growing up and everything. And so me and my brother tended not to get actual invitations because my family doesn't do that. It's just kind of assumed that everybody's welcome all the time.
Right.
Me and my family prefer to have the invitation.
Right.
And it extends to literally everything, to the point where I was talking to my grandma about it. I was like, sometimes I still feel like I need the invitation to do my family dinners, which happens every Sunday after church.
Wow.
I still feel like, am I intruding?
Like, do they actually want me?
Yeah, I'm like, I feel like I'm overstaying my welcome.
Mm-hmm.
I'm here every week. Like, do they actually want me here? I kind of want that invitation again, just like the reaffirmation.
I know what you mean.
But yeah.
Yeah.
And then when I feel like I'm always inviting myself for like July 4th, we usually go out to the lake. My pseudo aunt and uncle, they have a cabin out there, or a house, whatever. And it's just, I think, kind of like it's assumed that I am part of the family, therefore I am invited automatically to go to the 4th of July. And I'm like, but it's not. I want the invitation.
Yeah.
Oh man. So yeah, I want invited. Again, probably won't take you up on it all the time, but I want invited.
Probably ever.
Oh, you're having a family reunion? Where's my invite?
Why wasn't I invited to your family Christmas? Wait, I got a question. Let me know if you think that I'm overreacting. Well, I'm not even really reacting. Let me know if my opinion is correct. My neighbor.
Wrong.
Okay. My neighbor. Okay, so my neighbor's growing up. They have 4 kids. Like 2 of the girls were older than me. No. 2 of the girls were older, the boy was older, and then the girl was like a little bit younger than me. So like, I mean, the oldest girl is probably, how old is she?
Does this actually matter to the story?
What I'm saying is we're friends.
Okay.
Okay? They were a little bit older than me, but
close
we were
enough
still
to be
friends. We were close in age, and then the one girl who was like a year younger than me, we were best friends. Mm-hmm. The second oldest, I don't know how old she is, so that I feel like that is kind of required for context, but not that much older, is getting married. She invited my mom and not my sister and I.
Yeah, that's a little weird. Did they reconnect in a way that's more recent than your connection?
There's no connection.
Did they just address it to your mom?
Yeah.
She's the only one on the invitation.
No +1 or like anything. It just says like Amy or yeah. Isn't it?
That's odd. That's odd.
Because we were friends.
Yeah.
Maybe I understand not my sister because she's a little bit younger. But she's still an adult. It's not like a no kids kind of wedding idea. My sister is 18.
Yeah.
So that's not, but also how are you going to say no kids when like we were the equal? You know what I mean?
Yeah. No, that's weird. Right? You're right to be a little confounded by that. Is that the right word?
Yeah. And my mom was like, "Oh, it's just because it's small." And I'm like, "Yeah, but
if anything, it should have been you,
exactly,
and not your mom or your sister."
Exactly.
Yeah. No, that's
so.
Odd.
I think that's interesting. Well, because like, I don't know. I can't think of an equivalent. No, it is weird to me. You get that? Maybe I'm crazy.
That's like my thing though. Is like if I even spoke to you one time in my life, I think that's enough to warrant an invitation to your very exclusive wedding. It's like such like a self-importance kind of thing. It's just like, oh wait, no, know your place, which is you don't have a place. I have to kind of like check myself and remember like, oh yeah, no, you're not that important.
I do a thing though where like if I'm just like barely acquaintances with someone, I'm like, oh, we're besties.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's awful though. Like if I sit next to someone in class, I'm like, oh, we're friends. We're not.
You know what my thing is also? Speaking of weddings, not that I'm ever going to have one, but I would not be able to have a maid of honor. Because I don't have a sister, which is like you automatically have your sister as your maid of honor kind of thing. I don't have one of those, so I can't pick one of my friends. How do you do that?
How do you pick? Yeah. Or even like bridesmaids, I couldn't pick because it still wouldn't be fair.
I would need like 46 bridesmaids to
all of my friends,
just to include everybody that has ever spoken to me nicely. It's like, oh, why obviously
do we do that. Yeah. Why do we rank people in front of people?
Yeah. I just wouldn't.
Because why is it about other people?
Yeah, like this is my day. Why are you up there with me? No. Like if you want to do all the work, if you just want to be like my, my little lackeys during the wedding planning time, absolutely. But other than that, that's my day. Now I actually did say though, if I didn't have a maid of honor, I didn't have my friends up there with me, because my church also is like, you have one best man and you have one maid of honor. Mm-hmm. There's no parties or anything. It's just one person. And that's to act kind of like your witnesses.
Right.
That's what that's supposed to be. But if I were, I'd be like, I would want it to be the sibling kind of thing. I would want it to be my two cousins, Danny and David, and my brother. They're my brothers. So it's like, that's your position. Like that's what most people would have their sister as their maid of honor. I would have my brothers. So yeah.
Bros of honor.
My bros of honor. Like that's it. Yeah. That's it.
Weird.
Yeah. But then I also think about the fact that like my cousin Tiffany is, again, why I don't talk to her as much as I talk to like Danny and David, obviously because she's still in Ohio, but she's like an honorary sister to me. I don't know if she feels the same way about me or whatever, but like to me, she's like, so I was like, okay, well, if I have my technically my two cousins who I consider brothers, I love Tiffany like a sister, so I wouldn't want to have her as well. But then I have my cousin Ashley as well, and I love her dearly, but I'm not as close with her as I am with Tiffany, but I'm like, she's still my cousin. I still want her there. But then I have like my cousins Zach and Josh, and I'm like, we're just gonna have the entire family. And because I can't have my entire family, we're just gonna have no one. Which is fine because I'm not getting married, so it all equates to the same thing.
So we don't even have to worry about it.
We don't even worry about it.
My friends have cousins that are Zach and Josh. That's weird.
So yeah, I'm like, I don't know. If I can't have everything, I'm gonna have nothing. Yeah, preferable actually.
Preferable.
So I told my aunt about the fact that I don't want to partake in the things that couples partake in as far as the intimacy things. And so I was like, I'm after paraplegic. I said it. I'm advertising. I'm putting it out there.
I thought you were going to say Pleifner.
Nope.
That threw me for a different loop.
I'm looking for paraplegic as well. I like short men.
Oh, God. Well, that doesn't necessarily mean they're short. They're just sitting.
I said it.
But do you want to take on that role that comes with that?
Well, they're not quadriplegic.
Oh.
You can still take care of themselves to a certain degree. I would
just assist them. Is
usually from the paraplegic.
Well, I know, but I don't know what they can do and can't do.
Well, everyone's a little bit different, and I wouldn't mind at all helping in assisting them to do whatever they, whatever. I'm not nice enough to probably be a caretaker for a quadriplegic. That takes a saint of a person, and I commend everybody who can.
But would you feel that, would you feel like there was an imbalance of, sort of give and take in that relationship?
In what degree?
What would you get out of it?
Love and companionship, which is all I want. That's why I want a Pleifner. I want love and companionship without
the paraplegic Pleifner.
Well, yeah, but no, it's different though, because
what does this relationship look like?
Exactly the same as every other heterosexual relationship without sex.
Kiss?
If I really loved them, I'm hoping that I would enjoy it. I don't like it right now, but maybe it's just because I haven't found my person. I'm kind of hoping but at the same time, I'm thinking all of this, but my main desire that even just overcomes all of that is just to be single forever. That's what I want.
So then do that.
I know.
Why settle for...
I'm not saying, no, it's not settling. It's more of just like conforming to people's expectations. If I were to ever conform to people's expectations to get into a relationship, it would have to be with someone that could also match my desires, which is no desires.
But that's still settling for what you don't necessarily want.
I'll never settle for what I don't want. But if I were to meet somebody and fall in love with them, I'm hoping it's going to be someone that doesn't want all the nonsense.
Well, you should probably tell them that up front.
Well, that's the nice thing about a paraplegic. You don't have to tell him he can't.
But paraplegics have their own way.
We're gonna hope not.
They do.
That's terrible. That's so terrible. They do. I'm gonna get X'd from life.
They just have a different way of. I don't know the details, and I don't really want to. I'm just saying that they probably still have desires. You need someone who's been in an accident. Then they have no balls. You need someone who's accidentally shot their balls off or something. Then
they can still function without the balls, though.
But isn't the drive not there?
Well, that's just it. With a paraplegic, if you can't feel anything,
they still have drive.
I don't know how it works.
Good grief.
This is so disgusting. We should probably stop while I'm very, very far behind.
I don't know what you need then.
Nor do I. The Lord does, thankfully. So he's just gonna. I'm just gonna put it in his hands because he knows my heart and he knows that I really don't want anybody. So that's why I haven't met anybody.
Would you do a thing where like you're married, but it's like an open thing?
No. What's the point in being married if it's going to be open? There's no point in putting a stamp on the commitment.
I know. I'm just wondering.
No. Like I said, I want everything or I want nothing.
But you would with a gay couple?
What?
Didn't you say that you would be married to like a gay guy and he's in a relationship with a guy and you guys all live together or something?
Oh, in a perfectly ridiculous world, everyone could have everything they wanted. That's not actually what I want. But it would be nice to just be able to have everyone have what they want in who they want it to be. But that's not it. I'm changing my tune on that one a little bit. Yeah.
I don't think I know how to help you here.
Thankfully, I don't need it. I don't want it. I'm not entirely sure why I got on this conversation because it all does circle back to the fact that I'm perfectly content in being single. Let's just keep it like that.
All right.
So I don't know why I keep harping on like, find me my man.
What if he's really old?
Are we just gold digging here?
No. I'm just saying that he probably has different interests than younger guys.
No, that's not true.
Really old, I mean.
That's not true.
Really?
Do you know what place in America has the
highest
rates of syphilis?
I do know that.
Because they're just hopping around. They're just going around bed to bed.
But I mean really old.
The retirement community in Florida. Yeah. What is it called? What's that place called?
I don't know.
The villages. The villages in Florida. Highest rates of syphilis. Because they're just bags. Old people get it on. Okay?
Gross.
People get it on.
Moving on.
What time are we at? I think we need to kind of wrap this up.
We're at 1:35.
This is going to be almost 2 hours long because we had 15 or...
I added it already.
Oh, you put it together? Oh, I got you. Okay, yeah, we do need to wrap up though. While we're that awkward conclusion.
No, we need something else.
Apple pie and fritters.
What?
I don't know. My life is boring. That's just work for me. It's just work.
That's good.
It's a work.
I think. Well, not that it's just work. It's because it's boring.
I keep telling myself that I am going to go through our episodes that are on the drive.
I need to put
find
them all.
our clips.
I keep telling myself I need to put them all on the drive.
I'm gonna isolate the clips, edit them a little bit to put something, and then put them on TikTok or whatever it is. But wait for it. There it is. And on that note, folks,
we'll talk at you next week. Bye.